Hi guys! Long time no talk. I feel like I haven't done a vlog, like a sit-down vlog, in a really long time. So I was just walking around my house the other day and I randomly started thinking about things that I wish people had told me like before I had kids, like the end of my pregnancy or when Lilia was just born. Just a couple little tips that would have been nice that I had. So I came up with 5 tips or advice that I have to new moms or moms to be out there. So my first piece of advice is research everything. Prior to having kids, I pretty much thought everything was like black and white, with like a few exceptions. I thought that if your mom told you something or your doctor told you something, that was it, period, end of story. There wasn't any other choices. It wasn't until I really got onto YouTube, actually, involved in a bunch of different like decisions for your kids, that I saw that there was so many different options for so many different things. Question everything. Just because your mom, your best friend, your doctor tells you something doesn't necessarily mean that that's what works for you and your family, for you and your child specifically. Things like circumcision, car seat safety, vaccines, breastfeeding, things that I thought were like the norm may not necessarily be the norm or may not necessarily be right for you. So I just advise you to look into it and research it yourself. Don't go off of what other people say. What's right for one person may not be right for you. It's not limited, of course, to those few things that I mentioned. There is just everything, just anything that's mentioned to you. Testing, during your pregnancy, for your children, anything that is presented to you, really look into it yourself and make the decision that you feel is right for your family. Piece of advice number 2, go with your gut feeling. You know your child better than anybody else. You know your child better than the most qualified doctor. You know your child better than anybody. And if you feel something is wrong with your child, or you feel like something needs to be done or something doesn't need to be done, that's your decision to make. And I've found that being a mom for going on 5 years now, 99% of the time your gut feeling is right. Piece of advice number 3, don't stress about feeling ready. Regardless of your age, whether you're 18 or you're 36, nobody's ever ready to have a baby. You can read all the books you want. You can get all the advice from me, from anybody in your life. You will still never be ready. Nobody has it down beforehand. Nobody has it down before you actually have your baby. It's a learning process for yourself, and it's a learning process with your child. So you can think that you have it down, but in reality, when that baby is in your hands, nobody's actually ready for that moment until that moment happens. My 4th piece of advice, if you're offered help, take it. This was something that I really struggled with because I didn't want help from anybody, and I certainly didn't want to ask for help. This reminds me of that saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and I mean that's really kind of true. It's not to say that you can't do it alone, because if you're a good mom, you could absolutely do it on your own, but that doesn't mean that you have to. If a friend or a family member offers to help you, even if it's something like doing a load of laundry or making a warm dinner, or holding your sleeping baby who refuses to sleep in his crib so you could take a shower, like just little things. Like you never realize how much little things like that truly help. And I wish I had taken more help in the beginning, because I felt like I had to prove something, like I had to do it myself, when in reality, even super moms need help. So my piece of advice to you is that if you're offered help, absolutely take up on that offer. And my last piece of advice for this video is don't be afraid to shop secondhand. I have always been a fan of like garage sailing and thrift stores, but I know a lot of people feel like they have to give their babies like the best of the best, only buying new things. Well, you're not proving anything to anybody by buying like these extremely expensive outfits that you can find at a thrift store for 50 cents. If you want to shop new, obviously that's your choice, but you could save so much money by shopping secondhand and spending it on things like groceries or the necessities of life. Babies are expensive, and 99% of the time, if you've had a baby, you know that you have so many cute outfits, and in reality, your baby actually wears those cute outfits maybe once or twice before they grow out of it. So if you're shopping secondhand or you get a hand-me-down, you go to a garage sale, something like that, the chances are it's practically new. So don't be ashamed to shop secondhand. So that is it for this video. I hope this is helpful for you guys. You share this video with moms to be or new moms that you think might need some advice. If you are already a mom and you have some tips that you'd love to share, definitely post some tips in the comment section below. And if you need those tips, go ahead and look in the comment section below, because I'm sure between all of us moms, we could come up with a really good list of advice for new moms. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will talk to you guys for my next one. Bye. All the way to the top. Look at them rolls though. Look at this.